Hi, Gaming Tier List here with our video review of Dave the Diver. We've posted a full length article on our website detailing what we love about this game, but we wanted to just talk to you about the game itself a little bit, like why we love it so much. I mean, it's really kind of an interesting game because it has all the fun of a water physics game since you're underwater and Dave is this like floaty character that can just sort of move around very effortlessly, but there is some friction, right? It's just a lot of fun to see the way that he moves underwater. The graphics are again just gorgeous. I'm probably going to say that a lot. The different ways the different characters are, the way they interact with the world, it's just beautiful. And it's a game that's got an underwater theme, but it's not horror related. I think is another great thing about this game is it's earnest in what it is. I mean, there's definitely some spookier elements in the game, and you do get this sense of like loneliness sometimes under the water, but there's characters that live down here. There's characters that exist down here. You're not permanently alone in this like world. Like there are people that care about you. Dave is loved by a lot of people down here underwater, and it shows in the way the game's storytelling is brought about. And the story itself is just fantastic. I think I've already said this, but it's like wholesome and sweet, kind. Dave is a lovable character. Bancho's cutscene animations, the cutscene animations up on the top side are so good that it's almost if like an insult to the actual like game that there's not enough of them. Like you only get three of each kind of like cutscenes at a band show before they start being repetitive, and they're just so good. Same with all the rest of the characters. It's just such a fun game, and there's always new stuff to find. Like, I've been playing this game forever and I haven't found that fish yet. Like, that's the kind of moment Dave the Diver just keeps getting you. Like you've beat the game, you've got nothing else to do other than just enjoy the underground water theme, and it's like, wow, there's a new fish, there's something new to find, there's events that keep going. This is a living world that keeps existing even when Dave isn't on a story mission. It's got the Stardew Valley-esque management of like your farms and your fish, you're adventuring. You've got moonlighter elements of coming and fighting to bring elements back to town. You've got the Subnautica survival elements. You have a story that's visual novel based, while at the same time ingraining elements of cooking simulation games. You've got physics. You've got so many different kinds of mini games. You've got fishing that involves several kinds of guns. There's creative ways to destroy enemies like crabs where you can just drop a rock on them. And you see the rock and you won't be able to drop the rock on the crab, and you'll be scratching your head and you'll get an item that'll later let you do that. And it flows together so smoothly that it's such a beautiful thing. And there's so many cool little areas to explore that you'll later come back to and be like, I've seen this for a while now, and now the story makes sense why this is here. And you're actually really excited and engaged in the story. The elements of the game that are tiresome as they drone on resolve themselves with new mechanics to fix them later in the game. So, for instance, if I can find some tube worms, I have an item that'll lets me go. Here we are. I have an item that'll let me smoothly move through these without having to get the flashlight, which at this point in the game is just an absolute relief because you don't want to waste your precious oxygen on yet another item. And then every single time you make a dive down here, you don't want to go down here, open one of these crates, sacrifice something cool like this whip here and then not be able to continue the game, right? um and then like the whip itself, like even like the items you get, they're so cool. Like, I don't know, it's just a refreshing game. Like, it has these like quality of life enhancements, like an escape pod. Again, you're alone down here under the water, but you're not really alone. You have friends up above the water who will rescue you. You don't really ever die. It's just Cobra coming to rescue you. And like, I made it to a diving pod, and I get all of my rewards, including some things for my farm. I think the best way to sum up this review would just be to quickly go to the weapon shop and play like a quick example of the kind of cutscenes this game has. Like, this is something you can get rather early on in the game. Like, the cutscenes are just gorgeous. They have this meme style to them where it's like you understand what they're going for, but at the same time it's comedic. None of the characters match a stereotype, even if they're stereotypes. It's really adorable. Nobody is who you expect them to be, but they're all something you could expect someone to be. They the game is real and honest in the way that everyone is. Uh, it's just, even like the way that you can research something, the cutscenes like that play out. One more cutscene, and then I'll stop and just give some few complaints. Even that's just, that got me an achievement. The game just keeps delighting. The only thing that's wrong with this game is the button mashing. When you're out there, you're trying to capture fish and you have to spam the spacebar. They have made it easier. It's no longer as tedious. I was finding earlier that light taps on the spacebar was enough, but it's still not the most fun mechanic. And I just don't know. I don't want the quick time events. Outside of that, Dave the Diver is fantastic. I suggest you pick it up. I think it's on sale during its launch. If it's not on sale, it's worth it at full price, in my opinion. If you love pixel art and you love visual novel type stuff and you love water physics type games, if you even love Tamagotchis, the game has several mini games built inside of them, and one of them is the Tamagotchi simulator, including the Tamagotchi managed screen, which is just gorgeous. So yeah, that's just our additional thoughts we wanted to add to our written review on Dave the Diver, and just show some of the cool mechanics and the graphics off in this like really cool game. Thanks for watching, everybody.